Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Six Morning Show. I'm Tony T. We're ready to give you free picks here for this Thursday card. College football, NFL, and Major League Baseball. Let's introduce the cappers who deliver these picks. We'll say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Yeah, not too much. One of those days where I went 2-2 and got a push on that Suns game with the late bucket. I had the 6, and it was like, what are you doing? I figured the Indiana girl was going to dribble it out. Caitlin Clark had it. She just passed it away, and that girl was like, no chance. She starts running to the bucket and just laid it in. And I was like, ooh. It almost was a 5-point spread in that Suns game when but she missed the free throw at the end, and that came at the push. So maybe it is what it is. I had a 2-2-1 a day with a profit of $5. So can't complain. It wasn't a losing day, but it was enough to get me a big mug coffee onto a new day. Let's get her going. Nice place to find some money here today. So yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it. Rod, have a great year here.
See, $5. It was $6.69 yesterday units on the year, and now it's $6.74. So it was exactly what I said. $5 day. We're fully documented.
Fully documented. Yep. Let's say hello to Jorge in Vegas. Jorge, what's going on? Great year,
guys. Nothing, man. Just finally getting back from the East Coast and coming back from the humidity to dry with allergies in the mix. It can be worse than a hangover. Believe it or not, here in Vegas. So just cruising back. But hey, I split my last card out, Rod. Getting a return of your money is huge, man. Money in betting is no different than money in investing in a fund, in a business, in anything. If you get a 15% return on your money, you're winning, right?
You're winning,
especially through sports betting. So getting your money back is a win, and it's always kind of the way I look at it. That's how I always try to stay plus for the customers. And it isn't laying juice, guys. You got to go on the money line dogs, and you got to throw some dog mix in there. And I've been going with my totals a little bit. I'll probably lean on those as well.
So with Jorge, let's say hello to Bo Dunn. Bo Dunn have a great year in the WNBA. Bo, what's happening?
Yeah, man, cashed another ticket with the Lynx last night with the big win. Went 3-0 in the card, man. Much needed. Had the Dodgers on that ticket in Seattle early, man. So looking to go into the weekend with the momentum, man. So it's cash these tickets today, guys.
Yeah, you were. I wasn't going to say you were an island because I like the Dodgers, but I didn't want to. I didn't give it out on the shows. But LA with a big win. Jorge shaking his head. What do you thought?
Homer.
I know the homer pick. It was a homer pick, but I was getting flooded with too many Padres yesterday. I said, I don't want to be that guy. I'll just keep it silent.
We were on the drive-thru yesterday, and not one capper picked the Dodgers. Well, I knew I was in trouble already. I was like, I was like, oh man, I was like,
I'm Padres today.
I'm like, oh, Padres everywhere.
Everybody
Padres. I'm like,
good call.
I'm not on. It's like you're on the train and it's teetering, and you're like, yeah, we're on the Padres train. Everything's going good. Yeah, no, I like when it's quiet and then you're sipping your drink over here. And they're like, just me and you on the Dodgers today. Nice. That's usually when things start to
I like to be ganged up by all the other cappers, and I have my own angle.
Right.
I should have read it.
Everybody. Yeah. And they see the Dodgers back here, right? So they're all getting on me. And I was the last guy to go. I said, should I stick in the dial? I'll just keep quiet.
Well, don't let it lie. He jinxed him Tuesday night.
I know. I should just went with it. All right, so we got NFL Thursday, college football game, and we got some 9 from MLB. As you know, the Mets Atlanta will play a doubleheader if necessary on Monday. So we'll cover all that. So let's get to the NFL tonight. We've got the divisional battle here between the Cowboys and the Giants. We're seeing the Cowboys favored 5.5 in the sharp books, 6 in some of the square books. We see 45.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and you look at the total's been up on the rise, up to 45.5 from 44.5, I believe is where it was sitting, and it's moved up. And with good reason, that Dallas defense isn't very good. I think the Giants will be able to move the ball. I like a little prop play, Daniel Jones to throw over 1.5 touchdowns. That's over at 2 times your money. I think that Dallas defense can definitely give up the points. And that Dallas offense can definitely move the ball as well and score some points. So I like the over in this game. You look at Dallas, their last 5 games, 5-0 to the over. Head-to-head, you look, I believe it's been 4-1 to the over in the last, let me just make sure.
7 out of the last 10 for sure.
Yeah, 7 of the last 10 for sure. I think it's like 3-1 in their last 4 to the over, 4-2 in the last 6. I think we see points. We know what both defenses can definitely give up the points. So I think it's one of those Thursday night games we get some offense. I'm taking the over in this one.
Over from Rod. We move on over to Jorge.
Yeah, you got to look at what Dallas did to the Giants last year with all the injuries that they had last year. And, it's a revenge game. It's a division game. All that would lean you toward the Giants. But Giants, they're missing 2 cornerbacks. They're missing a linebacker. Dallas' back is against the wall, right? I mean, we know their offense could be that good. But, off air, we're talking a little bit about UNLV with money issues. Well, the NFL and these pro teams can get money issues too. Sometimes you spend too much money on your stars and you ain't got no money left. Lakers, right? You got the top guys their money, and now they can't compete with a team that has 3 or 4 legit all-pros on their offensive line. Dallas might be in this situation. I mean, on paper, it doesn't look like they should be down, right? But the defense just isn't there. They're trying to figure out with some chemistry. I don't know if it's the new coordinator. They're just not jiving with him. Blitzing way too much, in my opinion. But the Zimmer's going to keep blitzing. That's his MO. So I'm going to lean a little bit on the over on this one. Obviously, you want to try to get it before it goes 45.5, and a slight lean to the Giants at home because the spanking they took last year. But I think that gets neutralized a little bit with the injuries in both of the secondaries.
There from Jorge, we move on over to Bo.
Well, this game kind of sets it to me like when they played Cleveland the first game for Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We seen the Saints have a good running game last week. Ravens had a good running game. Giants don't have a good running game. So I think Dallas will be able to get up. If they get up a couple scores, maybe 10, something like that, that's going to kind of set them up for the big win, man. So I like Dallas in this spot, man. They pretty much own the Giants, 12-2 in the last 14, 8-2 in the last 10, and 8 of those wins about 6 points or more. So I'm laying them points, man, with my Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys. You see that little banner back there? A homer pick from Bo. We'll see. See how it rolls here. There are. Well, I'm going to look here. I got to take the points. Short week here in this spot. Cowboys, shape of the Cowboys defense. This makes it tough for me to lay this many points in a travel spot. We see the run game. We see the pass defense for the Cowboys. Cowboys down a corner as well in this game. So I'll look at taking the points in this one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. We're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So let's continue in. We got one game tonight here from college football. It will be between Army and Temple. And the way we see the lines now, we see Temple about Army road favorites 13 on some of the square books, 12.5. I'm seeing 12 in some of the sharp books. So we're seeing some sharp money here on this one coming on the home dog. Total sits 46.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, for me in this one, I like the under. That Army defense is for real, and this Temple offense, sure, they moved the ball a little bit over their last few games, but I'm not sold on that Temple offense going against this Army defense that is going to be smothering. There's some big boys on that defensive line for that Army team, and how much is Army going to run it up on Temple? I don't see a big giant run up game, low total type of game. So I like the under here in this one. We know Army's going to run the ball, and when you look at it, that Temple defense, they can give up. They're giving up over 200 yards on the ground. So talking about dominant game, Army's going to control the clock. Time of possession is definitely going to be very heavy to the Army side. And you'll probably have to see Temple try to throw the ball late, and that just turns to turnovers and bad things. And I like the under. I think it's going to be a long day for Temple.
Rod says look for the under in this one. Move on over to Jorge.
I can't disagree too much. A little bit with Rod said. The Army only averages 7 possessions a game. That is draining the clock, man. And they're going to be able to run the ball. Army got 300 yards rushing against Navy. Short week. You're going to have to do it against a running team. But you know what? My lean's going to be first half. I checked out the first half of all these teams. Temple's been slow starting. If you look at Temple's yardage, it's not too off. Turnovers have been the issues, and they just didn't give up any turnovers for the first time against Utah State, and they got one. But also, they kicked a 64-yard field goal. The next play was a 91-yard bomb. So you take those 2 plays out of there, and that probably switches up the whole game for Temple. But if they're going to come down to turnovers, they're not going to win a turnover battle with Army because they don't turn it over, and their secondary does have 4 picks in the game. They don't get much sacks, so that kind of worries me at the end if Army goes up by 10, over 7 points, and then Temple's going to sit back there and sling it. They might get a couple scores. They obviously did pass the ball a little bit in this last game, so I'll lean towards the Army minus 6.5 in the first half.
They're from Jorge. Move on over to Bo.
Hey, man, so I'm going to go ahead and take Army in this one and lay them points. We seen them play a similar opponent with Navy. Navy beat them 38-11. They just getting gassed on the run game. They can't stop the run. And like you said, man, we know Army going to just drain that clock out. I don't see no way Temple keep it close in this one. So lay them points, man, with Army, man. Let them win about 13 points or better.
Well, looking at Army, I'll be the guy on Temple today. I think my buddy Brian Biller might be him, and I might be the only ones on this side. But anyway, yeah, I'll look at the Temple here in this spot. They're getting accurate quarterback play, averaging 7 yards per pass attempt. We know Army's relatively not played a strong schedule. They pile up some impressive stats in the process, but short week, travel spot here. Look for the game here would take the Temple plus the points. All right,
so do you have a consensus play going, Tony, or is that your pick?
That's my pick. I got no consensus going.
Okay.
I have a buddy. We have a buddy.
Throwing out Capper's picks up there. I'm just wondering if we got a little collective going on.
No. Well, we say that because my buddy Brian Biller, he said it earlier in the week. He likes Temple, so
yeah,
he's a Temple guy. he says a lot of his
hot guy. I got you. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
No. He picks Temple every week almost. Because that's his.
He needs one more win. What was he? What has Temple got 2 wins now?
Yeah, he's got Temple
he's on the futures too. 2.5 wins. I think was the win total for Temple.
Might be from Philly. No, he might be from Philly. It sounds like.
Yes, he's a homer. We gave him a hard time last year because Temple was getting pounded every week. We give him a hard time. But he came in.
Oh yeah,
he came in during the summer and gave a season win total with Temple over. So
on fire. Hey, he might be right, man. It's up to good turnover so far. If they're not turning, let's see how they do this game on the turnover battle. See how they do.
Yeah, we'll see how they do there, no doubt. All right, let's continue here on the morning show as I turn our attention over to Major League Baseball. 9 games today, guys. We got the rain out here with the Mets and the Braves. So we'll knock them out in a series of 3 games here. So we'll look here at these games. A lot of day games. They're only at 3 in the primetime hours. So we start with Brewers, Pirates, Royals, Nats, Rays, and Tigers. We start with Rod.
And in the time slot, I'm looking at the Royals to get themselves another win. Michael Walker on the mound. He's been dealing this season as Michael Walker. Definitely having a career year for him, that's for sure. And you look over his last 3, 2-1, 1.53 ERA with 1.08 WHIP. Definitely Michael Walker's dealing. And on the other side of the bump, well, it's Corbin Day on the bump for Washington. And Corbin looked good there for a little bit. He was contract season for Corbin, and he was looking good for a little while, but this last couple is looking like old Corbin. Looking like he's been getting this extra work, and he's been like, oh, that's a little too much work for me. I like my one every 5 days. I don't mind taking the extra day as well, but you look at this Royals team. They faced another left-handed starter here. This is their 3rd straight left-handed starter over the last 3 games, and I think they're slowly figuring out having to hit the left-handed starter. But that's all you face. You kind of don't have a choice but to it was either hit or get out of the playoffs. And well, they've stepped up. They've been low-scoring games, so I lean to an under there as well. But I got to go with the Royals over on Corbin Day. They're just the better team there, are the Royals. And Walker's just going to mow down this Washington team. And then you're looking at Tampa Bay taking on Detroit, and that's a tough game there. I'm going to lean to Detroit because they've just been mowing along, and that the pitching staff on Detroit's been mowing them down. I don't trust Tyler Alexander on the bump for Tampa Bay here. You look at the last time out, he did pitch half decent, but it was against the Blue Jays. And this guy goes about, 4 or 5 innings at best. He went 4.1 innings, gave up 2 hits, had 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. So no earned runs. Looked good. This would be his 3rd start back for Alexander since he was injured. But going against Reese Olson on the other side of the bump, man, when he's been on the bump, they've been rolling 5-0 with a 4.26 ERA. So he does give up a few runs, but Detroit's bats get hot, they score 6 runs, 7 runs, 7 runs, 5 runs, 5 runs. I think that's all they need. You score 5 runs in this one today, that'll get you the win. So give me Detroit in that one.
Yeah, from Rod. Now we move on over to Jorge.
Baseball is a little bit different animal than the other leagues. Either Milwaukee's clinched into their spot. They're just still playing good baseball. I think Pittsburgh Pirates have thrown in the towel in this one. I think the chemistry and just how well Milwaukee's played throughout the season, and they're still playing, just playing really good baseball. The whole team is. It's a mental game. So I'll lay on the run line there. I'm trying to get as much value as I can on the plays today. God, you want to talk about 2 horrible offenses? Go to the Kansas City Royals and Washington. Over their last 10 games, it's just dismal what they're doing. Let me jump onto their numbers here. Over the last 3 games, your offenses have just been absolutely horrible. One is averaging 2.2. I just want to claim the wrong one. It is Milwaukee. Oh, wrong game all the way around. It's Washington and Kansas City. Kansas City's averaging 2.2 runs per game over their last 10, and Washington's 1.8. And, obviously, Kansas City's going to come in there winning with some pitching, and so again under. Definitely going to go under 8 in that one. It's going to be playoff intensity wise for Kansas City, but the bats just aren't going off too much on either side of the team, and that's when you're only doing that well at 10 games. It's the whole team. It's not just a player or two. And then bouncing back over to Detroit, man, how can you not try to go for the value that -1.5 as Mr. Crawford threw into the chat room there? Tampa Bay, they're done for the season. Detroit's just on fire again. It's -$1.80. -$1.50 plus plus 130. Absolutely. So I think if you take 2 of those run lines in a solid total, you'll probably come out plus. Even on a 2-1 or 1-2 won't be so bad. So that's how I'd play the first 3.
There from Jorge, and move on over to Bo.
In that first game between the Brewers and the Pirates, I'm gonna look at that over. Right now, it's sitting at 8. I don't trust any one of these starters, man. Savelli or Mitchell. So I think we'll see some runs in this one. We know the Pittsburgh bullpen is pretty bad. Brewers got a good lineup. I think we'll see over 8 in that one. Detroit just got to take the Tigers, man. 5-0, like you said. Reese Olson last 5 starts. Tampa Bay is not scoring enough runs. We've seen them only put up 1 yesterday. So I like Detroit. Might take them in the first 5. Might say half a run. For that other game between Kansas City and Washington. Is Washington going to score today, guys? You know what I'm saying? They haven't scored in like 30 innings worth of work, man. So, like I said yesterday, man, they done set down some of their best lineup bats. I don't see them scoring a lot in this game. So, Michael Walker, 13-8 in month of September, 22 starts. His ERA is under 2, 4-0 in his last 4, man. So, I like the Royals to sweep this series. So, Royals money line, Detroit first 5, -half. The run over 8 in between Brewers and Pirates.
Yeah, from Bo, I'll tell you what I think about these games. I'm going to go ahead and take Milwaukee in this spot. Savelli gets in trouble against the slugging teams. These NL teams that have a 400 or lower slugging percentage. Savelli 8-4 against these teams. Keller really struggled here of late. Past 7 starts, ERA over 6.5. I'm with the guys with the Royals and Nationals. When Jorge was talking about these teams not hitting, these teams aren't hitting. I'm going to go under in this game. Walk in good form. Corbin, you always got to hold your breath when you say under with him. but the way the Royals are hitting, I just say let's get 5 and get them out of there. I'd be happy with that. So I'll look at the under in that. Those are the 2 that I like in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show as we get ready for the next 3 on this 9-game card. Remember, Mets and Braves postponed the next, and we'll play a doubleheader if necessary on Monday. Next games here, we've got, these are all day games. Angels, White Sox, Cardinals, Rockies, Rangers, and Athletics. Looks like a lot of 1-800 games here. We'll go with Rod.
There is a couple of 1-800 games, and I'm going to look at the top of the 1-800 games. The Angels taking on the White Sox in this one, and you'll look Tyler Anderson getting the start for the Angels in a bump, and he's been awful over his last 2 starts. He's given up 10 runs. Hasn't looked good in them at all. And on the other side of the bump, Flexen's taking them out. So it's like, ooh, we're flexing with Flexen. And you know what? I actually am going to flex with Flexen. He's definitely been out-dueling Anderson in this one. The White Sox have won the first 2 games of this series. Why not make it another one? You're going to give us plus money to take the White Sox? I got it. I'm going to take the White Sox here. You look at the starting pitching, and the Angels starting pitching is definitely fell off. The White Sox starting pitching over the last 10 games is about 3 runs better than what the Angels have been pitching. The bullpen, almost a coin flip. The White Sox bullpen hasn't been as trashy as what they have been. So got to go with the White Sox here at that plus price. I just can't back the Tyler Anderson and the Angels there in that one. So give me the White Sox in that first of the dumpster games. And then the next one in that little time slot, definitely not my favorite time slot for sure in this one. I'm going to Oakland. Texas got the win with yesterday with a nice 5-1 win there. But I like who Oakland's got on the mound going today. You look, JT Ginn, his last few starts, he's definitely been dealing. He goes about 4 or 5 innings, 1 earned run, 3 earned runs. He got worked a little bit by the White Sox, but his last time out against the Yankees, he looked real good in those 5 innings of work. So I think he's figured something out. I like him to mow down. If you can mow down the Yankees and only give up 4 hits, you can definitely mow down Texas and only give up 4 hits. Kumar, he has looked pretty good in his first 2 starts with Texas. The team's 1-1 in those starts. He goes about 3-4 innings at best, and then you get the Texas bullpen. Well, I think the Oakland team can get to that Texas bullpen and salvage a win and win the series. Give me Oakland in that one. And the St. Louis one, I'm not a fan of anything there. If anything, I would have to go with Colorado, but at that even price, I don't know. I think I might have to go with St. Louis on the road. But I like the under, 10.5. Both of those offenses have not been lighting it up. So lean to the under Colorado and St. Louis.
Yeah, from Rob, we move on over to Jorge.
What's wrong with St. Louis, man? They're 7-3 in their last 10.
That's what you said. They're looking like they're trying to bait you into Colorado.
No, I think it's Gibson. I think Gibson's the guy.
Yeah, no, they're balling, man. Hey, some of those maybe got the I've been dug too deep into it, but I saw 7-3. I go, hey, maybe these guys just playing for their jobs. Maybe ownership told them, you guys want a contract for next year, you better play the rest of the season, man. That's just like your boss telling you how you're gonna end your year or how you're gonna end your week. So it's always kind of interesting to watch. And remember, baseball's mental, man. It ain't football, it ain't basketball. If every you need 9 guys to be on the same page.
Individual
7-3, yeah, they're still playing. So it definitely would be the lean on that one. And the White Sox, yeah, they don't want to break the record, but they're 5-5 in their last 10, guys. You dig a little deeper, they've only beaten the A's and the Angels in 5 of those games. So I'll tell you, White Sox still suck, but so do the A's and so do the Angels. And the White Sox are just happy to be playing them, obviously, because they've won the last 5 against them. So I'll go with the White Sox in that game.
Then from Jorge, move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man. I guess I'm the one that's going opposition, man. I just can't just flexing. 428, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I knew Rod was going to flex.
Yeah, man. So I'm probably with the Angels in there, just fading flexing in that spot. His lineup still pretty bad. So give me the Angels. I like the Cardinals as well. They're 4-2, 7-3 in the last 10 against Colorado. I think Gibson get the job done. And I'm gonna take Oakland A's, man. It's gonna be the last game in the Coliseum, so pull something out for them. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the last game. This might be a sentimental play, but I'm gonna take Oakland against the Rangers.
They're from Bo. I'll tell you what I think about these games. I'll look here at the White Sox. Angels against losing teams, 4-18 on the road, and that's pretty rough. Yeah, the LA, they're 0-8 when they're at the even money or 150 here on the road. So I look at Chicago. Looks like they're motivated. Yeah, the Cardinals playing better. I'll take them in this spot. Although Freeland's playing well. Gibson here on the road again against these teams that have low slugging percentage. Gibson has been effective here, 5-1 on the road, a plus 4.3 return against teams with a 400 or lower slugging percentage. I'll look at that way here with St. Louis, and I think Kumar Rocker. Again, he's at really one of the top prospects for the Rangers. I think he can get him up ahead early. I'll look at the Rangers in this spot. Oakland's just hitting poorly right now over their past 10, 209, and they've been 4-8 in September home games, losing 2 units. So man, I think the last month at home hasn't been too good for Oakland. So I'll look at Texas in that spot.
Hey, I feel sorry for the fans there, but Fisher can go straight to hell. We don't want them in Las Vegas. They can keep their ass over there in California. We don't want, the armpit of California. They gave us the taint of California. We got Raiders. Now they want to send us the A's. We don't need that garbage here. Everybody else is winning. Even the damn Rebels are winning for a change. Keep that on. I hope Sacramento keeps the A's, not the A's. I feel bad for the players and the fans. Fisher can go to hell. He's already does. No one likes him here, and they don't want him here. He can stay in California.
You can talk bad about the Raiders, but man, that stadium makes the most money of any stadium in the world.
Dude, Davis. I'm a Steeler fan. The last time they were here, the Raiders had to go to a silent count on their own home field, and when they asked Davis says, "It doesn't matter." He goes, "As long as this stadium's up," he says, "it'll fill up every Sunday." So we're a resale market, guys. I mean, I have friends that go that are Raider fans just because they came to Vegas and we finally got a team. But, dude, our prices are higher than any other prices in the country. Oh, yeah. It's a resale market. He says he hasn't seen people on each side. He doesn't know the ticket owner on each side of them because they sell the tickets every game. So, unfortunately, we're a tourist town. We have a lot of that comes here. And, our tickets are expensive, man. Lower bowl to go to the Steelers, $1,000.
Yeah, well, you also pay no state tax, so they got to find a way.
Yeah, they have. It's funny you said that, Tony. I've jumped on some of the chats in Facebook. They don't say anything back. I said, how about we take some of that money they save on state tax in California, and we put that towards a fund for local tickets, so we could have the same price as a Dodger game. We could have the same price as a Charger game or a Ram game.
Well,
and subsidize the local fans.
Well, because you see in Vegas, show your Nevada ID and you get 20% off a meal. You see a lot of those kind of promotions.
No, they should, right? My tennis place does it.
Yeah.
If you're local, you get a little bit of a discount. They should do that. But
Davis
did buy the Aces. You guys are all big in the WNBA. He did buy the Aces. They don't make money, and he's done good by them in the city. He's given some money to the university, and UNLV has a place to play. So I'm not going to knock Allegiant Stadium at all. I just hope Fisher comes in and does something for the town, but it doesn't look likely, especially after the way he trashed Oakland. But anyway,
if he doesn't, they'll get up. If he doesn't, he'll be out. Trust me, they'll be pressured him.
Do that. That's a good point, Tony.
There'll be no doubt about that. All right, let's continue on here on the as we close out baseball here for today. We've got some games here to go through. We got Orioles, Yankees. When will the Yankees clinch? At some point they will, right? Orioles, the division. And then we got Marlins, Twins. And we got Padres, Dodgers. These games are having some playoff implications here. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and we're going to look at the Marlins taking on the Twins here. And, hey, the Twins finally got themselves a win yesterday. Thanks to that Marlins bullpen. Like I said yesterday, that Marlins bullpen was a little taxed over the last two games for them. And then they did give it up to the Twins. So is that bullpen got any healthier? Well, they had one day off for some of those guys that have been pitching. So they can definitely go on one day's rest. But Uncle Festa on the mound. You know what? Uncle Festa hasn't been so bad for the Twins. It's just they haven't given him so much run support. Look, they've won 6 of his last 10 games. I like him here. I think he comes out and deals, does Festa. I'm going to back you one more time, Festa. You better do me good. So I like him to pitch over 5.5 Ks as well. He's done that 6 out of the last 10 times he's been pitching as well. So the over 5.5 Ks is a nice plus 10 price there for Festa. And I think the Twins blow out Miami and get themselves a nice run line win and stay in the hunt because they're right there and on the edge and almost played themselves out of it. But I think that this with Valente Melosa on the other side, well, I think he's going to the Mexican League. So take the Twins on the run line in that one. And then you've got 2 games here that are going to be like playoff games. So I'm going to take the under in both Baltimore and the Yankees. Garrett Cole on the mound for the Yankees. And he got a little roughed up last time, but I think he turns out for this one. And then Burns, we know what Burns has been doing. So he could get roughed up. He hasn't had the solidest year of ever that we've seen for Burns. Definitely not been the greatest at times. So I still like the under 8 in that one. And then the Padres and Dodgers, we got Musgrove on the mound and Buehler. You know what? I think the Dodgers are feeling it and feel good about themselves. So I would lean to the Dodgers to get the win in that one. But I like the under again. Low scoring. It's like a playoff type game. So give me the under in those two. Those are the biggest games on the board tonight. Give me the under of both.
Rod, I got to give you some kudos there because you didn't blow a gasket between Uncle Festa and Blozo. I didn't think you could actually even put out a side between those two pitchers.
Yeah, between those two, right?
Nuts, so you could even come out with a. But I'll tell you what, I'm going back to your angle and the angle for Twins suck right now, man. There ain't no way in the world I would lay a minus anything with them. And you know, in Miami, hey, they're 5-5, man. Plus $2 against a team they can't win, and all they got is Baltimore coming up. I do not see a Twins getting to the playoffs, man. It has just been too bad for too long. It's a mental game, and I'm gonna say plus the $2, man, 2-1. I wouldn't even risk it trying to get a run and a half with them. Man, I don't know that Dodgers going over to the Baltimore. You know what, man? I'll just do both of these. These guys are just neither one of these teams are really hitting with the offense that they should. Outside of Ohtani, the Dodgers aren't doing anything. You know, right? They're minus $1.20 plus 100 there against the San Diego. You know, back against the wall a little bit. The Dodgers want to clinch their division. That's what they expect to do for an even home field. Padres are right behind them. They're already in the playoffs a little bit, but they are trying to secure the top wild card there. It's hard, man. I want to go. I'm going to go under, but it's a little bit tough with Buehler. I know he plays really good against San Diego. He's gradually getting better. He got 9 strikeouts last time. Let's see if he can get that his whip down a little bit. So I'll go under 8.5. Also under in the Yankees and Baltimore, guys. I'll just treat both of these teams or both of these games as playoff games, right? Just it's going to come down to pitch by pitch, and they definitely have the staffs to do that. And they've choked against each other, all 4, right? So I'm going to go under in both those games playoff-wise as if it's a playoff game and the pitchers are dominant.
There you go. All right, move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, the Yankees got to win this game, man. You know what I'm saying? They need one more to clinch. Think they won't get swept tonight behind Garrett Cole, man. He got to do it. This lineup, man, you know, once it gets past that first 4, I just don't like that bottom half of that lineup, but I think they get the job done today, man. It's going to be a tough one, but I like the Yankees to get it done. As far as that Twins game go, we'll go back to the under. The first game went under the total. Festa only gave up 1 run this last start, 2 runs or less his last 5. So give me the under in that Twins Marlins game. And I'm gonna go back to the Dodgers. I'm gonna take the Padres. I think the Padres get it done today. I can't bag Buehler. He's 1-6 in the 7 starts back from IL. ERA is pretty high. Last start against Colorado, he got roughed up. Lost that game 6-3. Padres behind Musgrove. ERA is under 3, man. So like the Padres best to get to him today. Give me the Padres with that plus money.
There from Bo. I'll tell you what I like here. I like the under as well. Baltimore and the Yankees. Burns 2 earned runs or fewer allowed in 5 straight starts. Cole past 9 games, whip of .99. New York bullpen over their past 10 has been solid. Both teams struggling hitting the baseball over their past 7. I look for a pitcher's duel here, tight game, like under there as well. Going to look here. Yeah, I might look at the Padres with plus money. The Padres bullpen has been actually pitching well this year. It's Musgrove, boy, he's allowed no runs in 3 of his past 4 starts. I think he's looking to keep that good form. Maybe in line to start that playoff game on Tuesday, right? Looks like the Padres will be the wild card team, probably hosting the survivor between Mets and Braves. That's going to be an interesting setup if they play that Monday doubleheader. How that will work. So I would look there at the Padres here. Musgrove trying to get that good start in. Again, he's been outstanding. Boy, Padres, they're starting pitching, man. They can do some damage in the playoffs. I know I'm a Dodger fan, but the Padres starting lineup here, starting pitching rotation could be tough in the postseason. All right, we got you through this, through the games here from NFL, college football, and Major League Baseball. Now it's time for our parlay pick segment where our captains can give us a parlay, could give us a team total, could give us a pick from week 4 NFL, week 5 college football. Let's start with Rod.
And for me, in this, we're just going to go with a little 2-teamer. We're going to take the Detroit Tigers on the run line, and then we're going to take Oakland on the money line. I think Oakland, as Bo says, is the last game in the Coliseum. I think they get them the win. So there's your little 2-teamer. And then I also like Aaron Judge to hit a home run. We know he's been hot, and I think he crushes one for the Yankees today. Give me Aaron Judge to hit a home run.
Yeah, from Rod, move on to Jorge.
All right, I'll take a 2-team money line homer parlay. Rebels on the run line and Steelers on the run line. That's how I'm going out.
Rebels there, money line, Steelers and Rebels there.
Yeah, Odom's a great coach, man. No matter what quarterback he's thrown in there, I mean, he is whooped up on every situation, guys. I mean, it's not some.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like he doesn't bat an eye. He's quiet. He doesn't ever talk trash. He doesn't make big predictions that don't come through. As a matter of fact, he says nothing. And then goes out and does it and still says nothing. So I'm putting it on Mariota, man. He's pretty good. And the steel curtain is back, baby. That is where look at Baltimore's defense, and maybe Queens metrics weren't good enough to give him no money, but they wish they had him back right about now. I'll tell you that, especially after we watch these last few things. So Steelers are going to be fun to watch. And, Phil's actually going to have a good day in the secondary, guys. That Indianapolis Colts secondary is the most beat-up unit in the league. So look for the Steelers to actually, after you get the run going a little bit, try to throw it. But I don't care about metrics. I don't care about, the sick report. I disagree with 100%, Tony, is they're giving the Steelers a low offensive rating because Fields is in there and he's the backup quarterback. He's the best quarterback for that offense.
I think so too.
The offensive line isn't at full strength yet. They're starting to click little by little. Once those guys get gelled together, he can take off running, and he's better on the run. So you got to give it to Smith over there, the OC for the Steelers. Taking a bunch of injuries on the offensive line, supposedly the backup quarterback, and he's got them 3-0 and running an efficient offense. So it looks like the Steelers are playing like the old Giants under Parcells a little bit, but they're getting it done. So I'm on my 2 homer picks, and that's it for me, guys.
Yeah, I felt the same way because I remember when my line service was the first to report the doubtfulness for Wilson. Rod wasn't, what? No, I don't see it. My line service said that, and I said the same thing. I'm happier because I'd rather have Fields than Wilson in that game, and sure enough, that's what happened. All right, over to Bo.
All right, man, simple with it, man. Give me the Royals and the Tigers. Part them up with the Dallas Cowboys money line, 3-team money line parlay.
Ooh, 3-teamer. Look at that. He's really slapping it out there.
Yeah, let's give you some money here before lunch. We're going to take the Brewers, Royals, Nationals under the Brewers, and then we're going to take Royals, Nationals under total on the 2-teamer there, so you get some lunch money there from you there on the show. All right, let's find out what the cappers have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Heading to a big weekend here: NFL, college football, baseball, closing out the regular season. We got to wait till Sunday for the W. Rod, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks? We'll take a look here at Rod. Rod's been putting up some great work here over at Tony's Picks here for the year. 674 units documented.
And over at Tony's Picks today, I've got my 10-star college football executive info play to kickstart the college football week. We had a nice winning week last week. Let's continue rolling along in college football. In tonight's action, I got my NFL touchdown play, or I've got my mixed sport triple. That'll give you the play in the NFL, play in college football, and a play in tonight's MLB action. That's the best way to go. Or the best deal going is jump on something, grab that 3-day pass, grab that long-term pass, because you don't want to miss out on any of that late steam info. 6-2 in my last 8 late steam plays. So definitely you want to be part of a long-term package. That way you get those plays emailed to you. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. Always good having 2 cappers put money in your pockets. Pair me and Jorge, me and Bo, me and Tony, or pair us all 4 of us up together, and let's put some money in your pocket. You can see all of us on the leaderboards been making money over Tony's Picks. So let's have a good weekend of making money.
Get on board there with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. Well, you might over on Jorge of having a fantastic year here in 2024 over at Tony's Picks. We'll put the numbers up over 1,200 units. Probably, what do you have going? What do you got for sale?
No, it's been fun rejoining, teaming back up with you, Tony, after, it's been about 8 years, but we were together for quite a few back in 2010, so glad to see that you're doing well at the site and on the site and doing well, but I'm going with the Rod's hat, Michigan State, big upset alert there. I think this is a game that Smith, the coach there, tries to prove that they have a good team. They do have a good team. They're 3-1. I think there's a lot of points out there. So I'll throw that little lean out there. I think Michigan State gives Ohio State fits this week. I got an early play this morning on baseball. Again, it's a mental game. I talked a little bit about that, so that'll get some early flow going on that. And then of course, I always have late steam games. I love watching the line moves. I see some moves here on the football game that are going to make me play particular ways, hopefully getting some more movement in the direction I like. I'm definitely more of a dog player and a total player, but definitely check out my late steam by buying at least a 3-day package, 7-day package, or longer. I grind it out. I'm all about staying in the plus, and that's always my focus.
All right, guys, got on board with Jorge over at Tony'sPicks.com, doing great work. Might lost Bo's connection here, but Bo's doing great work as well. So get on board over at Tony'sPicks.com. Click the link in the description and go ahead and get signed up at Tony'sPicks.com for your best bets and premium plays. Find the link in the description, and we've got that promo code TonyT saves you that 15% off. Of course, I've got also up there best bet on the board, also a 3-pack baseball, NFL, college football. So get on board and use that promo code to get signed up. All right. Of course, remember that 7-day pass gets you the entire NFL for this week, college football, baseball, and the W, which begins on Sunday. All right. That's going to do it. Before we roll, any closing thoughts from you guys?
Yeah, to answer a question in those comments, somebody asked if the Dodgers have clinched. Yeah, the Dodgers have clinched a playoff spot for sure, but have they clinched the division yet? No, I don't think so. I think they're still one game out, I think, now, because I believe the Padres are 3 games back.
3 games out.
Right,
with 4 to play.
With 4 to play. So I think it's 1 win, and the Dodgers clinched that division, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
On my math, I think it's 1. Because
if they win today, they clinch it.
And they're still battling for home field, too. So,
yes, with Philly.
It's a half game with Philly. So the Dodgers are probably going to play all the way down to the end.
And who's got the tougher schedule? You look at the Padres, they got to go play Arizona. Their next series coming up. So
Dodgers got the Rockies on the road.
Go Padres!
Otani's going for Otani will try to get.
I don't want to see those sneaky snakes sneaking in. Let's get them sneaky snakes out. Bye, snake.
Hey, Otani might get 55-55 because he played
got
the Rockies.
snakes up in Canada.
Yeah. Just about 45 minutes the other side of the river. We have a snake preserve.
Wow! I didn't know. I thought it was too cold.
We have a rattlesnake reservoir that
wow! We got a lot of those out here, bro.
We have big signs. We have big signs that say it's a huge fine. It says, "Do not run over the rattlesnakes." You run over the rattlesnakes, and then you can get fined. Huge.
Wow.
Yeah, right. I show people, and they're like, "What?" What?
You probably
and I've seen them. I've seen them on the road. Oh yeah, I thought it was a blown up tire in the middle of the road, right? So I'm like driving along, and I look, and I was like, "That's not a hunk of rubber. That's a big snake. He had to be at least 6 feet long out on the highway. Big rattler." I was like, "Jeez."
Nice.
We call it snake chunk. We always pray that our car doesn't break down in the snake chunk.
Hey man,
nobody wants their car to.
As kids, we played in the desert out here, man, and I know that sound. I hear that sound. My ass is hightailing it like Carl Lewis. Don't look for me, 'cause I'll be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rattlesnakes.
Down southern Alberta, not so much up northern Alberta, but down here in southern Alberta. Oh yeah, well, we're not far from Montana, right? So there's some rattlers in Montana.
Summer, yeah, sure.
It will get hot up there, no doubt. All right, guys.
It's the drastic temperature change. It was like close to 90 yesterday, and then it drops down to like 40 at night. So you go from it's a 40-degree temperature change from sun to dark. It's nuts at this time of year.
Yeah, with Teresa there, I'm with you. I think you and I are the ones on the Padres today. All right, that's going to do it here for the show, guys. Thanks for joining us. We're going to wake up out, guys. We're back in tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Have a great day. We'll catch up with you tomorrow here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.